No, not really. I mean, all the people here and seeing this thing finally get to touch it and hug it and hold it up. It's kind of unreal. Just really hasn't hit me yet, but just so proud of this university and this young group of ladies.
Not to mention, too, first team national title in school history. What does that mean to you, just making a little bit of history this past week in Texas?
We're the first one to win a conference title, first one to win a conference tournament, and this is the one I really wanted this whole time. So it means a lot. I went to school here. I've been here for almost 22 years now. To finally bring one home to this university means so much to me and this program. The alumni I know are going nuts right now. As every one of them are part of this trophy.
Let's look back on this week in Texas. It felt like this program's back was against the wall the entire week. Falling to the losers bracket, you had to deal with weather delay after weather delay. Not to mention you lose the first game of that championship series. What does it say about this team's resilience when their backs were against the wall that this program was able to come out on top?
It shows a lot about their heart and their fight and their grit. I mean, they never faltered. They believed this was their tournament going down. And my wife and my mom, my kids weren't going to come, and I said, you guys got to be there. I have a feeling this is our year. After game one, I'm not going to lie, that feeling changed a little bit. But after the Salisbury game, it didn't change much. I just felt like this is the team that was going to get it done. We sat in the hotel room about 11 o'clock at night, had a team meeting, and Salisbury's across the hall, and you could hear them yelling and screaming. So tomorrow night, the moods are going to flip. We're going to be the ones celebrating. They're going to be the ones sitting there like this, and being sad. And sure enough, we get back that night, and we were the ones yelling and screaming, and they were the ones that were a little bit not as happy.
Well, looking on that final game, scoreless up until the seventh inning, Carolyn making incredible play after incredible play in that final inning. When she made contact and that ball was in fair territory, what was going through your mind during that sequence?
Literally everything kind of blanked out, and I just kept yelling in my head like, that's fair, that's going to be fair, that's going to be fair. And then it landed fair, and I saw Emma Byer turn the corner, and I was like, that's it. Like, we just won a national championship. And then I literally kind of froze, and I ran left, I ran right, I jumped up and down, and I didn't know what to do. I just knew at that point that these young ladies were national champions, and I turned to the crowd and found my wife, my mom, my boys, and just, a couple tears came down, then I took off running, and the rest is kind of from there.
The momentum for this program, it's been building ever since you took over as head coach, finishing as national runners-up last year. To have this moment a year later where you're bringing home this trophy, how gratifying is that for you?
It's one of the greatest things of my life. And the funny story is I told the players that it was my kids being born, then my wedding day. And my wife told me, I bet in your life right now it's the kids being born this day and then our wedding, isn't it? And I said, I told the girls the exact same thing. So, I can say it 1,000 times, but I'm just so happy and excited for this group and to finally say we got one of these and not be looking at the finish line but can't cross. This time we knocked the door down and finished.
And looking back on this season, beyond the wins, the championships, what are you going to remember the most about this group of ladies?
Some moments in practice where they kind of question or kind of what are we doing, and then just their resilience all year long and how well we went from one team at semester, brought in 3 more pieces, brought a big freshman class in, and then to watch them grow every day and become the family they are now. That's my favorite part, is to watch these kids come in as strangers and leave as sisters. And the memories they made this last week will last a lifetime. They'll come back 10 years from now and still be champions and talk about the things they did on the road and the fun, the celebrations. And just looking back after everything was settled down and seeing their smiles on the bus and watching them dance and sing, I said, this is why you coach. All those bad moments lead up to seeing the joy on their face. It makes it all worth it.